all in response to former President Donald Trump's recent offer to post a $100 million bond, a small amount compared to the $464 million judgment he was sentenced to pay in a civil fraud case. New York State Attorney General Leticia James has replied as stated by Law and Crime on Wednesday, February 28, 2024. James has determined that full payment is required and has asked the court to reject Trump's request. James opposed Trump's request in a court document saying defendants' argument that a complete bond or deposit is not required since they are prepared to provide a partial undertaking of less than 25% of the judgment amount is without merit. She emphasized that Trump's lack of liquid assets would need him to raise money in order to pay the judgment. It is almost a that. The defendants will have to raise capital in order to fulfill the verdict since Mr. Trump does not have enough liquid assets, according to James, in their move to overturn the ruling. Trump's legal team described that verdict as exorbitant and said that it was a punitive and unprecedented discouragement. Additionally, they criticized Judge Arthur Anan's 3-year prohibition on Trump doing business in New York, calling it unlawful and unconstitutional. A.B. James and her staff are convinced that the whole sum has to be paid even in spite of Trump's claim that he intends to get and post a $100 million bond. Tax appraisers disputed Trump's assertions on the value of his West Palm Beach Mar-a-Lago property, valuing the estate far lower than he had said in its more than 1,000-page-long motion. The state court was accused of depending on speculative theories from the Attorney General throughout the trial. Trump's legal team maintained that there is no need for a complete bond, as there is an independent monitor keeping an eye on the Trump Organization's finances, and there is no chance of the money running out. It is impossible to overestimate the security offered by the continuous supervision of the independent monitor, whether or not a bond is required, according to a letter sent by Clifford, Robert, and Alina Habba, Trump's lawyers. They pointed out that Trump still has sizable New York real estate holdings and that there hasn't been any asset dissipation. They emphasized that the state of New York would get any money awarded in accordance with the verdict, since there are no victims awaiting compensation for genuine losses. They stressed that there is no harm in demanding full payment since the Attorney General's interests are sufficiently protected. Once again, the Supreme Court's decision to step away from the appeal of former President Donald Trump over claims of immunity represents a dramatic shift in the continuing legal battles surrounding his administration. Donald Trump's attempt to get presidential immunity